Hi everyone, it's Shelby. It's been a long time since I've done a video, but I thought now was the time to do another one and a quick tutorial on how to emboss with your dies. So what you'll need, and this is for the Sizzix, that's the machine I use, so check with, if you use another machine, check with the manufacturer's instructions to see the sandwich that they recommend. So for the Sizzix Big Shot, you need it set to tab 1. And in fact, I have a plate just for embossing my dies, so I've removed the other tab, so it's always set to tab 1. You will need one acrylic plate. You will need the acrylic, or not the acrylic, I'm sorry, the silicone mat. It can also be tan if you happen to have another brand, but the Sizzix one is black. You also need the black impression pad from Sizzix. You'll need a thin metal die, and on this one I'm using the, what's this one called? Reverse Butterfly Collage from Memory Box, and it's the thin metal, and a piece of paper. And of course your Big Shot machine, which is over here to my right off camera that you can't see right now. So what you need to do to prep, get ready to go, you'll have your base set to tab 1, your acrylic plate. You will have your thin metal die and your paper. And I always like to use removable tape on my dies, even if I am using a magnetic plate, which by the way, magnetic plates will not work with this sandwich, so it has to be the original plate or base. You want to then put the cutting side of the die facing up. The cutting side is those little ridges that you can see. That's considered the cutting side. You then want to put on top of that the silicone mat, because what's occurring is that those the cutting side of the die is cutting up into the silicone mat instead of another hard acrylic plate. So you're going to get an impression versus a cut. Then what you need is your black impression pad. Let me pull up my machine here. And you're going to feed that through. And if you can see, let me zoom in a little bit here. This is normal when you see slippage of the silicone mat. No worries, it's still doing the embossing, but that's another reason why I like to have tape on my die so it doesn't slip too far off of the paper. So let's continue rolling. And here's what you have. This is what you'll see when you remove the mats. Let's get in here so you can see a little bit better. Flip it over. And here is the embossed impression that I received with that die. And let me do a little inking on camera so that you can see exactly how well that inked up. I'm just going to use a direct to paper with my Tumble Glass Distressed inks. And this is just to give you an idea on camera what it looks like in person. So here we have the Reverse Butterfly Collage all embossed and then inked so that you can see it a little bit on camera. So to review real quickly before I end this video, you want your Sizzix, your base plate set to tab 1. You want one acrylic plate on top of the base. You then want your die cutting side facing up. You want your paper on that, on top of the die, then your silicone mat, and then your impressions pad from Sizzix on top of that. And that is your sandwich to emboss your dies. I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you have any questions, you can always email me or comment below on the video, and I will answer as soon as I can. Thank you.